Hello, this is Chaff Commander Coffee back with another episode of Dominions4 Thrones of Ascension. Soldnoham has started to push once more through Mordean territory, and we have begun our assault on Oak Beach. I'm not sure if their army is still there, or if they've moved elsewhere, but hopefully we can claim victory. Our research and evocation is complete. We are now at level 5 evocation for Falling Fires. Now we're going to, and I mean it this time, we will be getting blood magic to 9 and not going for anything else. We have all of the research. As you can see, we're quite well balanced on research. I've taken what I've needed as we've gone along, and we're fairly mid-level magic across the board. Which is fairly solid, but we're now going to start going for our late game spells. Yes, some of those crazy blood magic spells. Ah yes, Blasphemy. Solve will be able to cast Blasphemy, which I'm not sure if we'll need, but he might be able to. We can cast Infernal Tempest with Badawi. Badawi can cast Infernal Tempest. Solve can cast Infernal Forces. Solve can cast Infernal Prison. Most of my mages can cast Claws, or some of my Paramount Pontifexes can cast Claws of Kaitos. Things like that. Good stuff. Also get some high-level summons. Some Arc Fiends, perhaps. Oh yes. Right, let's carry on with the turn. We did some site searching, and as usual... Oh, we did find one magic site. Oh, we found 3 magic sites. Ooh. Right, let's take a look. Gnome Law in the Underdark. We found a hidden gold mine for 100 gold per turn. Yes, as if our treasury wasn't overflowing enough already. Let's just take some more. Let's just. I could always do with more gold. Apparently, I never have enough for all these wizards that I train. Right. We also cast Dark Knowledge in Valgard, and we found something there. Finally, we found the Mausoleum. A Death Mage may enter to summon Bone Fiends, and it produces 3 Death Gems per turn. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking Deathlight here, the Revenant. He's going to be taking this Skull Staff. He is going to be casting Create Revenant. And that Revenant is going to go to Valgard and infinitely summon us Bone Fiends. Because Bone Fiends are not bad. Free Bone Fiends is just like the Free Devils. Like, when you get a site which is like a Nature Mage may enter to summon 1 Vine Man, and you get 1 Vine Man a turn, it's not that useful for the gold output, but 12 devils a year for like what, 52, less than 52 gold, what, 32 gold a year for 12 devils. That's an incredible like value province, and it's the same with the Bone Fiends. The Bone Fiends are under blood magic here. You get 5 Bone Fiends plus 1 for every level of blood magic you are above 1. But it only costs 3 blood slaves, so effectively every turn. We'll see how many Bone Fiends we summon. If we only summon 1, it's only a Revenant. I don't think the Revenants actually cost me anything. No, they cost me nothing, so it is free Bone Fiends. Free Bone Fiends is never a bad thing. So, right, and we also Dark Knowledged in the chambers underneath. We found a battlefield for 1 Death Gem. We're now up to 17 Death Gems. How do we keep getting all these gems? We have 900 blood slaves. How do I spend all this? How? I mean, sure. If I didn't have all my wizards on the battlefield, we could summon like 20 Demon Knights per turn or something. Or like 20 Devils per turn. And that would chew up the blood slaves. But I've been recruiting wizards. I have been recruiting a lot of level 1 wizards, granted, and they are only really good for research and Sabbathing. So perhaps, maybe I should swap production back over to Sun Pontifexes. We could just start flying more of them into the battlefield with like 30 blood slaves. They are blood 2 casters, so they can cast some useful blood magic with just blood 2, and they can cast Hellfire as a standard spell. Like, that is sort of like the standard spell of this nation, I suppose. At least as far as blood magic goes. The 1 fire, 2 blood. At least I think that's what you need to cast Hellfire, isn't it? Hellfire, 1 magic, 2 blood. Hellfire. Oh, it's 2 fire, 1 blood. Oh, okay. Ah, but its range is increased for every, and its damage for your blood magic level. So if I Sabbath them, yeah, I could do that. We'll think about that later. Capture a bunch of blood slaves. I'm not even going to bother looking at the provinces right now, just because we're capturing so many, and we already have such a huge stock. I'll just keep an eye on the unrest as we continue. An unexpected event has occurred in Epernia, and we got 2 more. I need to keep expecting that this event will be just water gems. But it might be something else. You never know. We might get a different event there at some point. So, let's go through the battles. There was a battle in Bonelands. I'm not sure how they got the initiative on this fight. But we have an alright sized force. We have some barbarians up there to do some chaffing. And we have all of our Colossi Axemen, as you can see, doing a fine job. Let's just put the speed up to 2. And the Foulspawn archers engage. Oh, and these ogres have already routed. Oh, they must have been mixed in with the wolves, and when all the wolves were killed, it triggered a morale check, and they decided to run away. So yes, the barbarians are doing a solid job. A lot of the barbarian province defense, the Colossi Axemen coming in here, smashing some Foulspawn. Doing a fine job. Alright, speed 3. So, Modi's push into the Bonelands was unsuccessful. We lost 10 men, we lost 1 Colossi Axe Warrior and 9 Swordsmen, but they lost 44. They lost 44 of their Foulspawn. So not bad, not a bad result. There was a battle in Botane. This is where we moved the majority of our forces to try to cut off Modi's advance. Except they retreated, or they went somewhere else. And I'm thinking they went to Mir. Well, there's Hark there out at the front. So I don't think we lost anything particularly. No, 4 skirmishers and 4 sacreds. But we did kill one of their mages. Their mages are perfectly suited for casting magma bolts as well, which is rather scary, since my goblins wear very little armour, so magma bolts is terribly effective against them. Right, there was a battle in Mir. I think this is where they sent the majority of their forces, unless they pulled them back. It seemed, well, I mean, it seems that they split their forces in half. So let's just see how the heavy cavalry do. Not too bad so far. This left side is taking a bit of damage. But we did manage to break them. Yes, and we did win. Excellent. So we managed to defend Mir successfully as well. Ride down those dirty Foulspawn. Yes, and there's an assassin there that we killed as well, by the looks of it. Battle in, Mir. Yes, we killed an assassin. For some reason they brought an assassin to attack. Yes, 9 heavy cavalry, 45 of their men. Perfect. We're going to take a look at the battle in Greenwaters first. Now, this was my first, well, not my first, but first real attempt at aquatic expansion, as opposed to just sending a barbarian chieftain in. Oh, maybe I might need to put the units further back. I don't know if that tropical current's actually affected all of my wizards. Now they're casting Hindering Current. Curse of Stones. Ah, it's an underwater Curse of Stones. Well, that's interesting. Well, I hope that's actually working. They're not wearing any armor, so maybe it's not. Maybe it's just not working at all. My men seem to be doing alright, though. Although they do have nets, so let's just put the speed up and see how this... I hope my men aren't being hit by the Curse of Stones. I think some of them might. No? Oh, the Ichthyids don't have very much morale, so they retreat quite quickly. Frost Fiends being unable to fly underwater is kind of annoying, but never mind. Right, so and they begin to flee. Battle of Greenwaters. We lost 4 sacred goblins and 2 skirmishers. but we managed to capture the Throne of Ascension in Green Waters. Now, you've probably noticed by now, there is a message that says we have started to destroy the gate of the fort in Oak Beach. So, we did manage to win, but how costly was this victory? Not at all. Not at all, hopefully. I should hope. I should very much hope. Alright, so we'll just put the speed up to 3. Yes. And the Devils just flew in there and finished off. So yes, we have a total of 509 men ready to siege Oak Beach. I think it should only take one more turn to break the castle down. But that means, I believe... okay, so they moved most of their men to the Impassable Mountains. Now, if they do decide to go south, I'm not actually that fussed, particularly. I'm just going to move all these men into Griffa. And the reason for this is if they go south, they have to either break through Golem Range, which I've fortified, so it'll be hard to siege. It has a defense value of 550. So it'll take them at least a few turns to siege it down. And the Ferran Mountains, it has a defense of 400. It's actually a castle, so if I move V's force into the Ferran Mountains just to give them someone to... oh yes, and you can build the killing grounds. We'll finish off fortifying Golem Range. That's what we'll do. And we'll have V move into the Ferran Mountains to start fortifying there. We're going to have our forces converge on Griffa. I'll just have this Pontifex just sat to cast his spells. Where can we place him? Place him right here. Move these heavy cavalry. Actually, we'll split these heavy cavalry up. Have them to attack rearmost. Attack enemy archers. Have you boxed up there. Have you boxed down here. I'm going to move... I'm going to take these units here and give them to Eurystheus, and they will be set to guard commander. I'm going to stack all our commanders up in the centre here. Except our animate skeleton commanders, they will go in front of my other commanders. We'll have the Jade Sorceresses there as well, just to give us a little bit of extra mage support, but we should be fine to attack Griffa. They may come in and take Mir, but I mean, it's worth nothing to me. It's a 5 income province. This is literally just, I mean, it does have gems in it, to be honest. It has 3 gems coming from it, which is nice, but we can always recapture it since they can't put province defense there. So these men were not attacked. In fact, Lunawati have pulled all of their men back out of the Moon Sea. So what I'm going to do is we're going to move... Now they've just finished building a temple. He's going to need... Wasn't he picking up units? Trying to remember. I know what's happened here. We'll come back to these men in the Forest of Gila. We need to build a lab, and we need 1 gold to do it. You can start building a killing ground. So not as important. You must build a lab, and you must all patrol. In fact, no, don't patrol. We can start taking moddies underwater provinces, and they can start moving over to go here. So we'll just have 1 mage wait, and the rest can move on. We'll increase our province defense. We'll spend the rest of the gold increasing province defense here. So yes, 1 mage is going to stay behind. Now I think the hindering currents will work more effectively on the Amber Clan, who have a lot of heavy armor. So I think it'll work better against them. I am going to put my Frost Fiends slightly ahead of the force, since... No, they're useful in a land battle as well. I should probably keep them nice and safe. Right, we'll plan the battle like that. There's just a random scout there. Now these men, they were moving to get ready to attack the Lake of Fortune. But they can move to the Forest of Gila in advance. These barbarians can move to the Forest of Gila, pick up some more cavalry. So what we need is a lot of goblets of water. Now I can equip 2 commanders right now. You can take a Sea King goblet. Probably take this away. Give him a Sea King goblet. And I also want to at least I want to bring down a fair force of wizards. Now these wizards can all cast magma eruption, so that is something to keep in mind. Let's just dump those gems off. Set them to do some research. At least to join up with them. Yeah. So we're going to need a lot more of those amulets and a lot more of those. We're going to need at least a couple of those Sea King goblets. 1, 2, 3. 3 Sea King goblets. And some more of those. More of those amulets of water breathing. I wish we got some more water-based. I wish we got some more water-based wizards, but we seem to be randoming a lot of blood and fire and earth ones. Which is not a bad thing, we need them as well, but I would like some more earth mages. Yeah, they're fine, they can just take Underspring back, that's really all they're doing. They're taking Underspring and moving towards Deeper Gore to go towards Fanligia. We will need a force to take Fanligia. I think I might start building it up, actually. All these spare Pontifexes here are prime candidates for that. In fact, whilst you're just waiting here, I'm going to have all of you just forge some Boots of Youth. You need to start casting Dark Knowledge. I have a scout here who's moving through just to see how far Modi's underwater domain expands. Haruspex, you can't Haruspex anything, you can go back to... forge us another bag of Endless Wine, or a Horn of Valor, forge a Horn of Valor. Ridwani, forge more Bloodthorns. In fact, can you summon someone? Is there like a blood mage that you can summon? No, I don't think there is. Maybe a succubus. Actually, find a succubus for us. I'm not sure how powerful a blood mage she is, but we can make her a cat charm. In fact, that's what you can do. Forge us a cat charm. We can get ourselves a seducer. We might be able to seduce ourselves. I know Lunawasia actually has a lot of astral mages, so we might be able to get some astral mages from Lunawasia. And she can just fly over the ocean. That doesn't bother her. So yes, we might be able to make use of that. Let's see, these mages, what did I want? Take Nocturne, do that. I think you should be capable of doing that. And if they move their forces into blue waters, then, well, we can attack them again, or we can just ignore it. We're so close to these thrones. It's just a matter of time now. And I'm building the lab here so that I can get, actually, I should have you moving with the army, and Harambe should be staying behind to build the lab, because he needs to summon the Bishopfish. And then once this army has moved all the way across, hopefully we can take the Lake of Fortune, and then it will be no worries. No worries, be happy. Thrones of Ascension all day. That's what I'm hoping. Right, this throne in particular, the throne in Green Waters, is the Throne of the Moon. Dominion gets Growth 1, which we already have plenty of. It does spread Dominion though, which is nice. Blessed Troops get Precision 3. Now all of my mages are priests, so they can be blessed, which means all of my mages get +3 Precision. Which is great. There's nothing really else to say about that. That is just an amazing bonus for your wizards to get. And it also produces 1 water gem and 1 astral pearl, so not bad at all. That will boost our astral pearl to 13 per month and our water gems to 10 per month, which is perfectly fine by me. Right, and I think that will be the end of this turn. I'm fairly sure it will be. Can you cast anything? I think next level we can try to summon Father Ill-Earth. I think next level we can. Right, never mind about that now. Let us end the turn. So yes, hopefully we have some large battles ahead of us in Oak Beach. I'm hoping they try to counterattack. They'll have 400 men, but in fact I'm wondering if they'll move the army from Griffa back. I think if they do, we'll win. I think we'll still win. We're getting Pyroflogos' incantation cast very early during the fight. In fact, it's the first thing that Solve casts, so should be no issue. No issue, yes, no issue. Let's end the turn. Right. Seems there was some battles. Oh, and Hart was the victim of an assassination. Ah. Well, we most certainly have some interesting things to look at next turn, yes. Some exciting things, hopefully, going on. So, with that, I shall end the episode. I realise that I'm actually doing the episodes a bit faster than I used to. I guess I'm just getting used to it now. Getting a bit used to doing these Dominions 4 recordings, which is good. To know that I'm improving, or hopefully improving. Anyway, it's been me, Chaff Commander Coffee. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.